Hey guys, welcome to today's episode. We're going to go over our recaps for today. So right now I have the SPY chart. As we can see, we're in a little bit of a pull down, but it's nothing crazy. Not a big pull down. I think we might see some more selling, possibly. Who knows? Lots of job reports this week, so we'll see where that data takes us. We are starting to diverge down, but who knows? Anything can happen. Rate cuts probably this month. I don't know. Nobody knows. But let's get to the most important part. So with this month, so some of the things I was reviewing the last 2 days, a couple things I found out. So we're gonna go over here. I don't really like the dashboard like metrics area. I prefer going to the reports and going to detailed reports because I'm able to filter out specific dates. Whereas here, I believe it's still pulling data from July, so to kind of skews it from month to month. I want to look over. I was looking over more month to month rather than going based off this data, which was it's taking data back from July 21st all the way to August 29th. So I want it to be very consistent between month to month. So I'm gonna ignore this part, and I'm actually gonna go to the detailed part. So one of the things I noticed was that my daily average daily gains was actually $61. So you can see $61 was my average, which is really good. My average goal for the month was $50. So I was hitting that target at least $11 over that, which is really good. The largest loss I had, the largest drawdown was 126. Largest gain, as you can see, 243. Total gains was 1,285.97 cents. So that was like the best month I've had so far. We're gonna see that, I actually did really good this month. And we'll go over my accuracy as well on this month. So you can see 3 red days, which is fantastic. This is record breaking. I was really trying to not get red days here and here, but I was getting sloppy in this area. I think I was getting sloppy. I overtraded here definitely. In this, I know it was an impatient trade. So these were mistakes that I had identified, and definitely I took into account, especially into the beginning of the month. I definitely took that into account. As you can see, I definitely had a lock in, and that's what I did. I stayed consistent, and then boom, big green day, record breaking green day, and then immediately I was having over $100 days, 3 days in a row, 4 days actually, and then again another $200 day last week, which was amazing. I fumbled this day. This day would have been, I believe, a record breaking day, but I think I went into aggressive, so I still paid myself. Okay, so that's amazing. So what is my percentage? So, well, you can see here, my percentage, my accuracy is 71%. 71% was just amazing. 71% compared to an accuracy of last month. Let's see, look, I wrote it here, what my accuracy was in June. Let's see. Actually, not June, July. Where is it? 56%. My accuracy went from 56% to, 71, which is amazing. Like, whoa. And the P&Ls, like the results are there to prove it, because in July it was a little bit shaky. I was up a lot, then I gave it back, up again, gave it back, and I still recovered. So that was a result of me making my own silly mistakes. So let's see, and definitely the stocks that I profited off the most were definitely ones between $2 and $10. So I believe it's showing right here, price and volume. So you can see I profited the most off stocks. So definitely $2, 2 to 4, and then 2 to 10. Nothing above this range, so that's pretty good. The volume that I'm trading the stocks, typically to 100 to 500 shares. So that is pretty common. I'm not trading higher share volume, not just yet, but I am getting there. I'm slowly working my way up. And the time of day, we'll go into the days and times. So Wednesdays, let's see, by the week seem to be the best, or not the best. Tuesdays seem to be the best. Tuesdays and Fridays have given me the most amount of gains. Thursdays is something that it's a day where I've noticed I'm weakest. I'm not sure if this is because maybe I'm fatigued throughout the week, and maybe I'm not properly taking in the trades. I'm probably not, recognizing what I'm doing. So I feel like that's something to attribute. Monday, I'm expecting not a crazy green day, because of why? I want to make sure my Mondays are just getting my profits, getting a cushion. I don't want to going aggressive Monday unless there's tons of momentum, tons of volume, but right now we're not in a market that is giving us that. Even though this was a record-breaking month, this doesn't mean I need to go in guns blazing starting tomorrow. So definitely Monday is explainable. Thursday, it doesn't make sense. I'm getting fatigued throughout the day, and maybe this probably kicks my butt, and then I come back Friday. So this makes sense to me. The performance of the day, 4 to 5. This is why I like to cut off my trades around 5:30, 6, maybe 5:30 to 6. And it's two things. One, I'm done trading for the day, and I want to just walk away, take my profit. But two, I'm trading a cash account. So I'm trading the cash account, and that's really limiting to me. So most of my trades are gonna be likely in the beginning if I'm able to see those opportunities. If not, then I'm waiting around, and likely my profits are gonna be 5. But lately it's been around 4 a.m., which is not bad. That's what I want. I want to be able to trade, get in, get out, take my profit, go to sleep, go back to sleep. So that to me makes sense. Okay, so some of the other metrics I will go over. So we'll see. So I believe, let's go back to the volume. I believe it was here. Actually, no. We're going to go back to this month. We'll go to the dashboard. So this is something I kind of noticed where I'm trading lots of stocks. So my performance is going to be based on the relative volume during that trading period. So let's see, instrument volume. Yep, right over here. So you can see I'm making most profit when the volume is at least above 5 million, and definitely when the volume of the stock that's being traded is at least over 25 million. So that to me is telling me that yes, there needs to be liquidity, and I'm losing on stocks that are just not getting enough liquidity. Like, look, under 5 million, I'm losing, and that makes sense. There's no price action. So that's something I did notice. So definitely I need to make sure that this volume, obviously the opening gap needs to be minimum more than 2%, but really it needs to be like over 10%. At least for me, it needs to be over 10% for my minimum. And we can see on our chart, this is my personal chart, our drawdowns, and then cumulative P&Ls. Obviously right here we definitely dipped back down, came back up, dipped again, we redeemed ourselves, slowly building that edge, and we started boosting our edge right over here. And this was really good. Like stock, we're still steadily rising. A little bit of a plateau, which is normal to be seen. It's not always going to go up. And same thing again, and then plateau, and then now we're starting that trend. So I need to continue the trend up until I hit that plateau, and hopefully it's not going to be a huge drawdown. So we'll go back to here. Oh, yeah, something else too. So my average per share per gain is 6 cents. So I want 20 cents per share of profit because whatever. Because if I'm taking 1,000 share position on let's say penny stock, that's gonna grant me $200. But sometimes with the penny stock's a little bit harder. With stocks between $2 and $10, obviously those 20 cents per gain are gonna be, really beneficial. If I'm starting with 200 share size, it goes up to more than 20 cents, $40, and I'll take that with a cushion. But this is also telling me that I'm not really allowing myself full profit. So I am shorting myself out of profit, and that's something I do want to work on. I want to be able to ride the profits longer for that small momentum period, for that stock that is gaining. So that is something that I noticed that this should be at 20. I ideally want it to be at 20, but we're slowly going to inch our way up to the average per share gain. Definitely no loss. My average losing trades was actually $40, so it's not bad. I want to reduce that as much as possible, but my average losing trade should always be under my average winners, and that will definitely display on my total gains. So I need to be able to get up to at least 20 cents and get comfortable with that, and I feel like I've graduated to a point where I can now, instead of trading 100 shares, I feel comfortable trading 200 shares, and I'm going to work on trading 200 shares since this year started, I've been comfortable with trading 100 shares on stocks that are, over $2 or more, or if it's a penny stock, like just under a dollar, just about a dollar 50, $1.50. Now I'm feeling comfortable with getting almost $2 with trading 1,000 shares, and that I'm pretty comfortable with. But I really would prefer it to be a dollar and $1.50, and anything below that. Ideally, I want like it to be like a dollar, and trade up, for the break for that dollar, and then have it jump 10, 15 cents. That'd be really ideal. So I am feeling comfortable with that. So let's see. And for July, something else. So compared to this, in July, my average gain was 3 cents per share. So I did double it, which is really fantastic. It's good. And my hold time for losers was 6 minutes. So I did reduce my hold time to 5 minutes, but my win time is still about 3 minutes. So, you know, I don't know if they don't want to really hold so much, but if it is going to profit a little bit, if it's going to make me more profit by holding just a little bit longer, not even by a minute, maybe a couple seconds, because I do realize that I'm missing on some profit just because I'm missing by a couple seconds. So I have to get a little bit comfortable with that, but I, of course, not without cushion. I need cushion first to get me comfortable to that. Okay. So let's see, and then something about June. June was actually a better month than July. My average percent was no, my win rate was 75%. It was really really good. My winners 1 minute, so they're really quick get out. But my losers were 5 minutes. So to reduce my losers, I still need to trim that. I need to trim that as much as possible. My losers need to be really really fast. If the moment it hits 10 cents, I need to be out, or depending on the candle support that I choose as my stop loss. It doesn't have to be 10 cents, because sometimes that candle is just support and doesn't mean it could always drop there. But I have to be looking at other indicators to make sure I'm supporting my reasoning for holding longer than I should. And then my average cents per share was 4 cents, so not too bad. My average daily goal was $33, so it's not bad. I did have some really good improvements. My consecutive max wins was 9, and in max consecutive losses with 2, so not bad. I did really good for this month. Honestly, I don't know what else to say, other than really trying to keep the momentum and continuously getting better. So let's see. So what's going to change this month? Well, first thing that's going to change is my share. My starting share position is going to be 200 shares. I feel like I'm ready for that now. So 200 shares is going to be my starting position on any stock, unless it's over $10, but I really want to avoid $10 stocks or higher. I would say my cutoff for that would be $5. $2 and $5. I'll start with 200 share position. Anything over $5, 5 to 10, I'll keep it at 100 shares, just because I'm still in a cash account and I'm trading with almost 3,000 in size, or 3,000 in my account. So once it gets a little bit bigger, then I'll be able to feel comfortable trading 200 shares at $5 to $10 stocks. And then for my penny stocks, I'm still going to keep it at the base 1,000. I just need to learn how to be able to ride those profits a lot longer. And then my daily goal now will be $60. So instead of 50, I moved it up to $60. My daily goal should always be increasing month to month. Even if it's by $1, even by $5, it needs to always increase. Why? Because to me, that's going to tell me, okay, I am getting more profits. My metrics are supporting a higher average daily win. So it needs to slowly increase. If I'm not increasing, by theory, I am not really improving. I should always just be a little bit, even if it's $1. I need to just slowly increase that daily goal, because 1, that's going to grow my account. 2, that's going to get me comfortable with, okay, I'm okay with a $200 cushion. I would like to get to a point where I'm telling myself, all I need is $200 cushion on a day, or $1,000 cushion. Like, that's crazy. That's really good to me. I think that would get me to a point where day trading is going to pay for a lot of my bills. But right now, it's all about building the account, building to 25K. We're going to get to that. And then number 3. So I would say the third thing is getting comfortable with holding profits. I still struggle with that just a little bit longer. I need to be looking more at the 1 minute but someone did point out that I'm focusing too much on the 10 seconds and I need to focus on the 1 minute for further profit taking. 4, keeping my sin barriers. Don't overtrade. Don't just blindly go into a trade. I feel like my patience this month was really there, and by theory, if the market picks up, I should be able to apply what I did this month into a hotter market, and therefore should be increasing my profits further. So I'm okay with cold months, because cold months, I feel like it really gets you in that training period, that it forces you to put on the training wheels just a little bit and just be patient with your trades, because you know it will pay off once you get through this cold period. I feel like I will start seeing profits that I just never would have imagined, and this is all going to be because I'm taking my time with being careful and learning and paying my dues within this cold period. So I would say that's really about it, and I don't know when the next time I'll go live. We'll see. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad thing, but I found it a little bit difficult to pay attention to the chat and then having to look at the trading, like my Charles Schwab, and looking at the charts. So yeah, next Monday I won't be taking any trades. I'll be traveling, but hopefully Tuesday through Thursday, hopefully I can take some trades. But I won't be recording, so I'm just gonna post my P&Ls, what I traded on the community post, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, hopefully you guys have a good week this week. Be safe, and yeah, get some good rest and make that bread. All right, take care.